Okay, whoever you are, it seems like you have accepted what has happened in your past when it comes to your feelings, your emotions. I feel like you were tied to someone emotionally, romantically. I don't know, this might have been a lover or a situationship, but I feel like you've now come at terms with what has happened. Not that you have forgotten, but I feel like it's almost as like enough time has passed to the point where you have healed and you're ready to move on. And I don't know, I feel like this kind of knocked you down a little bit when it comes to your confidence or your self-esteem, but I feel like also you're trying to fill in that gap in between when it comes to that lost love or that lost connection, and trying to replace it with your creative ventures, I don't know if that's the right saying, your creativity, your passion, trying to pour your heart into something else rather than another situationship or person. So I feel like you're trying to like fill your heart up with something else rather than that, because there is a thing such as having multiple passions. It doesn't have to just be with and a person, you don't have to put, what is it saying, put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to your passion, when it comes to your heart. Also, I feel like you deep down, I know that you are a hopeless romantic. Okay, you are a hopeless romantic, and this person may be even thinking about you too. Like, I feel like you probably have been thinking, or something has happened to the point where you've had to think about this person, and it was brought up some way, somehow, and it's not a coincidence. I feel like this person may have been thinking about you too. So it's like synchronicity is happening, okay? But yeah, I feel like you're still like, it's like when you think back on it, when you put yourself back in that place with that person, is almost if like, damn, like, what if this happened, or it's like feelings, it's like you're missing feelings that has been lost, but you've never had it, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like it's almost if like you're missing feelings that was never there. It's almost if like you're romanticizing what didn't happen, but what actually happened versus what actually happened. You're romanticizing what could have happened, basically. I don't know, very confusing. Oh, this is hard. Oh, what is this? 4 of Cups. So I feel like even though you're trying to fill in this gap and trying to, I don't know, distract yourself, trying to really put yourself out there when it comes to really discovering more about what you like to do and your passion, I feel like it's almost if like you are, I don't want to say finding excuses, but it's not really doing it. It's not really cutting it. Like, I feel like so far nothing has been it or something. I feel like whatever you have been doing, it's like it's not hitting the same, basically. So maybe you have been trying to do something new or do something that's maybe unheard of, or maybe even out of your character, that you probably aren't really that familiar with, but is willing to try, or even like be influenced by another person to try something new or try something different, not because you actually want to, but because it's just it's there and you have nothing else to do. But I feel like it's more so of you trying to fill in this void, or trying to fill in this gap, like I said, of these missing feelings that I feel like you have been missing, but that was never there. So it's like you have been searching for these lost feelings and something else, And that could be, it doesn't have to be in a relationship, it doesn't have to be within a person, it could be in your hobby, in your career, in your job, workplace. It could be just whatever you feel like doing the most, or whatever that will bring you the most joy. But I feel like it's temporarily. Like I feel like you get these whiffs of emotions, or these whiffs of like sudden joy, but then like it all of a sudden dissipates, it disappears, or it suddenly like just falls flat, if you know what I mean. So I feel like secretly you're trying to just leave the past in the past. And not only that, but like with your feelings as well. So it's not, even though I feel like you have been healing, or you are healed, it's like you're trying to heal other parts of you, or make sure, or you're trying to validate those healed feelings, if that makes sense, with whatever you're trying to do right now. So how do I put this card? Six of Swords. I feel like you're trying to, I don't know, escape your past. But I feel like, I don't know, I have a feeling like I have a feeling the harder you try to escape, the harder you try to run away, to resist, the more it's going to come back to you. And I feel like you have experienced that in your life, where you've tried to avoid something, you try to, even like conversations, people, or you try to avoid just certain circumstances or situations. It's almost as if like you are manifesting that twice as much, or just reinforcing that back into your life somehow, some way. But it's really, it really has to do with your dominant thought. You really have to watch your dominant thoughts, okay? Because I feel like this is why that has been happening. So if you're wondering why the same people are repeating your life, why the same circumstances are happening in your life, why, it's because you are stuck in that past. You're stuck in those feelings. You're stuck in that same role play, basically, of whatever has happened in your past, or something that you just don't prefer. So I feel like that is probably the reasoning behind that. And what is this? Six of Cups. You have to give yourself more grace. Okay, you have to give yourself more grace. I feel like you tend to be more, I don't know if lenient is the word. You tend to be more graceful, more soft towards other people when it comes to critique. Okay, I feel like you tend to be more hard on yourself and less on others. But I feel like you've always been this way, where I feel like the big child is usually always you, and I feel like other people is usually the small child. Like I feel like you tend to see the best in people, whether they do you wrong or they do you right. I feel like you always try to see people at their best side, always, no matter what happens. And I feel like, I don't know if this has something to do with your faith or your belief system, but I feel like you've always had this part of you where you want to give people a chance. You want people to know that it's okay to keep faith, or to have faith, and to keep believing in something that is good and all good. I don't know. But I feel like you just have a good heart and nature. Like I feel like you're just someone who really likes to look out for other people. You really like to be that helping hand. You like to be the shoulder that someone can cry on. I feel like you're just someone who is really very loving in that way. And like Eight of Cups, like I don't know, I feel like there's something in your past that you can't let go of. I feel like this is why all these old feelings have been probably resurfacing, or even people who used to be in your life and no longer in your life has been resurfacing is because there's something that has not been resolved with this other person or with this connection that I feel like you've had. And it's like you can't escape almost. Like I feel like what has been happening during your daily life is that you have been seeing this person, or you have been hearing about this person. It's like little moments in your life that has been happening. Like you will catch someone talking about something, or overhearing a conversation where you automatically think about this other person. So I feel like it's like you can't escape, right? I feel like you just can't escape these feelings. And maybe it's for a reason. Maybe this person is thinking about you too, and possibly wanting to come back and spin the block. Okay, why did I say it like that? Not in a bad way. I mean spin the block as in like what's up, like what's happening with you. In 5 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's something different when it comes to your energy. Like before you split it with this person, there was a lot of tense energy, right? But now I feel like there has been enough time that has passed by. Like I said, you've healed, or you have been healing, and you have been doing the work when it comes to your self-discovery, your self-improvement, your self-growth. I feel like you've done a lot of work when it comes to that, and really reflecting on yourself and really seeing what's there in the mirror, and not being too harsh on yourself. Like I feel like you've gained more self-love than you've had in your past. And this is why I feel like you are ready. You are ready for anything. Like I feel like if this person were to come back in your past, or if you were to give this person another chance, like you will be set. Like you will be mentally, emotionally set. And what I mean by that is that I feel like you're in a better place to handle certain situations, or to handle certain conversation, to the point where you will not spiral as you used to do. Like I feel like you've done so much growth in that. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's just a lot of maturity that has happened, not only with your personality, but also with like how you see your future, your perception in life, your goals in life. Like I feel like you're very ambitious in that nature, and you're very just now very strict with who you want to be around. Like I feel like you're very strict with what type of person you would like to date, what type of friends even. Like I feel like you have a very strict program when it comes to that. But okay, this is 10 of Swords. Someone is still hurt. Someone is still in their feelings. Someone seems to not let things go, and they may even just come back in your life like a ghost in the past. Like I feel like this person, like I said, you probably have been thinking about this person out of nowhere, or even like the scent of this person. Like I feel like this person may still be in their hurt feelings, but also I feel like it's almost as if like you're the balance when it comes to the two of you. When I say the balance, I feel like you're not in the same boat where you left off at. Like you're not in the same boat where this person left you off at. Like I feel like you were in a boat where it's like there was a hole in the boat, and you were in the water, and like the boat was kind of sinking, and this person left you high and dry to fend for yourself, for you to figure it out, and like to like close that gap, that hole in the boat, so you don't drown. But I feel like you figured it out for yourself, and you really matured in many ways in one. Like I feel like it's not only with you emotionally, I feel like with just you spiritually. And I feel like you found something in your life where it gave you a better perception, not only for life but like for yourself. Like I feel like you have this newfound purpose, and it's a beautiful thing. I feel like it's almost as if like you're a phoenix that has risen out of the ashes, and you're ready for anything and everything. And that even could even mean past people, past lovers, okay, who may want to walk back in your life. But yeah, but you are more than ready, and you're more than ready. You're more than ready for anything. And that is all, my loves. Thank you for tuning in, and I love you.